Welcome to today's webinar. We are very excited to present this webinar for you today. We'll be showcasing Autodesk Water Infrastructure's products and how our partnership with Urban Water Solutions will allow your organisation to really thrive from the use of these products. I will do the formal introduction shortly, but in the next 30 to 40 minutes, you'll hear from myself, as well as an expert from both Urban Water Solutions and Autodesk. So just to start with a little housekeeping, the Innovyze line of products have recently been rebranded to Autodesk Water Infrastructure. So that Innovyze logo you saw on the previous slide, you will not be seeing again. Now, it's only a recent change, so I'll try my best to keep referring to these products by their new name throughout this webinar. But if I slip up once or twice, you'll have to forgive me. All attendees will be muted throughout the entirety of this webinar. We still certainly encourage questions, so please just use the Q&A tab at the bottom of your screen. We will either answer your question live in real time, or we can wait until the designated question time at the end of the webinar. This webinar is also being recorded and will be made available shortly after the conclusion. So as an introduction, we will start by learning who our speakers will be today and an outline of what you will hear from them. I will then spend a little bit of time introducing the water infrastructure portfolio and also where that line of product fits within a complete project lifecycle. I'll also briefly touch on the InfoCare 2 subscription, or the I2S program. I know a lot of you already transacted through this program or are at least familiar with it, so that will just be a brief outline. Okay, so to begin with, my name is Ben Hipsley. I'm the Autodesk Business Manager for Civil Survey Solutions. I come from a background working with firms such as Opus Consultants and WSP. I've worked across New South Wales and Victoria on projects such as the Pacific Highway upgrade in northern New South Wales, and also the level crossing removals down here in Melbourne. I will provide a summary of the Autodesk Water Infrastructure portfolio and where it sits within the wider project lifecycle. I'll also provide an outline of our business, as well as our role in our partnership with Urban Water Solutions. I'll then hand over to Stephen DeGata. Being a very well-credentialed professional, I'll leave it to Stephen to do his own proper introduction. But Stephen will be introducing you to the Urban Water Solutions business and how they can support your usage of water infrastructure products to benefit your projects and your deliverables. Des Seronio, who many of you might already be familiar with from Autodesk, will then discuss this partnership from Autodesk's perspective and note how all three of our organisations are working closely together to support users of these products. So acknowledging that we are trying to cover a lot of content in a short time frame today, just to provide a brief introduction into the vision of Autodesk for their water infrastructure portfolio, I'll play this video, which will run for around 2.5 minutes. I have tested the sound. Hopefully it does come through on your end. So let's see how we go.
The demands on our water resources and pressure on our water infrastructure have never been greater. The combination of rising costs, an aging workforce, deteriorating infrastructure, and impacts of climate change has made the task of managing our finite water resources one of our great present-day challenges, one that requires intelligent planning and operational efficiency. As an expert in water management, the world is looking to you to get this right. And whether the challenge is too much or not enough, Autodesk is here to help you manage every drop with comprehensive technology for all your water infrastructure needs. From stormwater to wastewater networks, treatment plants to distribution systems, asset management to data analytics, we can help reduce risk while delivering reliability, dependability, and performance. By utilizing Autodesk's end-to-end software solutions, you'll find efficiencies spanning all phases of the water asset lifecycle: planning, design, construction, operations, and maintenance. Autodesk's digital modeling tools and cloud-based solutions support increased collaboration while reducing design time and rework, helping you create, analyze, and manage a resilient water infrastructure more efficiently and with better quality. Optimize land use with advanced design tools for sustainable drainage. Limit environmental and community impact with improved stormwater and wastewater planning and management. Deliver reliable and safe drinking water through better analysis. Improve operational efficiencies and system reliability through data analysis and optimization. Make informed decisions with streamlined asset condition, risk, and rehabilitation planning. These comprehensive technologies will help you get better, more desirable outcomes to ensure that water is everywhere it needs to be.
Okay, great. So look, the key takings from that video is that without even mentioning any specific software products, you would have noticed the focus of Autodesk water infrastructure is on future-proofing our water assets, sustainability, and providing quality modeling and technology resources for the entire water asset lifecycle. So to break this down a little bit further, we can look at the individual software products that align with each segment of the water management. So you can see on this slide how the comprehensive Autodesk water infrastructure portfolio covers all aspects of water management. For those of you more familiar with the legacy Innovyze products prior to the Autodesk acquisition, you'll notice some alignment with products. However, there has been some consolidation on the versions of each product. Most of you on this webinar are likely most familiar with InfoWorks ICM and WS Pro for flood modeling and water distribution. However, you might see info drainage there, which is a powerful tool for pipe network design with some fantastic SUDS and sustainability design tools to expedite regulatory approvals. There is also a direct two-way connection with Civil 3D to transfer surface catchment and network alignment data. So you can design using AR&R 2019 principles and efficiently update your Civil 3D design models. If there are any operational or asset management people watching this, the Info360 portfolio can be used to improve your network efficiencies and reduce operational costs. Please reach out to us after this webinar if you'd like to hear more about any of these products. So I know this slide might look a little bit complicated, but the outcome of this slide is to understand how the Autodesk water infrastructure products sit within a complete project lifecycle. The real benefit of the Civil Survey Solutions and Urban Water Solutions partnership is realized when considering that the water infrastructure products you are using only account for a portion of your overall project. I'm sure many of the users on this webinar are working with their multidisciplinary teams on a daily basis, and many of those staff members will be using the other Autodesk products that are shown on this slide, such as Civil 3D, InfraWorks, and Navisworks. So while it's important for all users to understand their own technology and software and use it efficiently, the benefit Civil Survey Solutions and Urban Water Solutions can bring to you is to work together with your wider multidisciplinary teams to not only ensure efficient use of the water infrastructure products, but to ensure a complete efficient workflow. Between our organisations, we can assist your workflows through the planning stages, bringing in survey and GIS data, concept planning using InfraWorks and water infrastructure products, through to design documentation and asset management. So just a quick note to update everybody on the InfoCare 2 subscription program. As part of the acquisition of the Innovyze portfolio by Autodesk, some of the legacy products, are no longer being supported. And the original InfoCare maintenance licensing model is being replaced by single-use subscriptions. If your organization owns any software under the InfoCare model, that could be any of the XP products or prior versions of InfoWorks ICM or WS Pro, you can trade them in for single-use subscriptions at a heavily discounted rate with a price guarantee through to 2028 as well. So if you'd like to discuss this any further, then again, you can reach out after this webinar. Okay, so we'll now start to showcase the finer details of the partnership between Civil Survey Solutions and Urban Water Solutions. So to begin with, I'll introduce you to our business, and this will be followed by Stephen, who will introduce us all to Urban Water Solutions. So Civil Survey Solutions, we've been in operation for nearly 25 or over 25 years now, and we are an Autodesk Gold partner. We've always specialised in the civil infrastructure industry, supporting Autodesk software, as well as developing our own software to support the industry in Australia and also around the world. Our business employs a large team of qualified professionals who are all Australian-based and are ready to support our clients through software and workflow training, support, and more. Having a focus on civil infrastructure, we've always worked with water engineers, primarily through drainage network designs and modelling. Our civil site design software, for example, includes its own drainage design module. Our business values, however, have always been to adequately support the solutions we are selling to our customers. So we understand that the Autodesk water infrastructure portfolio is unique and specialised. And so to provide the highest level of support possible for these programs, we've engaged specialists in the industry with years of experience using the tools on real-world projects to help support our customers. So having said that, I will hand you over to Stephen DeGata, who can give us an introduction into urban water solutions.
Afternoon, everyone. Good to see so many people attending this webinar, and good to see some familiar names there as well. Basically, Urban Water Solutions were established in 2007 by a fellow called Neil Moody, who is our managing director. And we have been expert users of hydraulic modelling software since the 1990s. So I was one of the, I guess the 1990s was really the start of when anyone in Australia started doing proper network modelling of water supply and sewage networks. Sewage overflows were becoming a big deal, and there was a need to be able to correlate sewer flows with rainfall, and that's basically what the HydroWorks products, what the InfoWorks products allowed us to do. They're under various names, so the software's evolved over the years. And we've been there for that journey. Both Neil has certainly been there since the 90s. I was there in the 90s. We have Anne Pugh, who is our operations manager. She was one of my first graduates at Yarra Valley Water when we started doing this work. So we've been doing this for a long time, and we've got clients throughout Australia, a bit of work in the Asia Pacific, and we're still doing some work with some United States affiliates. Our core business, I guess, is model building, field monitoring, calibration, system performance assessments, and network master planning, primarily in water and sewer. Although I've had, I think I started in stormwater with Waterworks, but I also have had 7 years working as a drainage coordinator with 2 Melbourne councils. Both Anne and myself have previously been committee members of Stormwater Victoria, and on the executive of that panel. So we do have some knowledge and expertise in the surface water space as well. We've already done training courses on software. We've worked with clients individually to help them with sort of bespoke programs, generally learning on the job, so using their projects to help understand what the software can do, or help them understand how to use the software. I guess to get this into context, why we got involved with Autodesk initially is when Autodesk purchased Innovyze, they realised that a lot of their vendor base didn't really have much experience in the hydraulic modelling. So they went out and looking for partners who could become resellers who actually understood these products. So we initially entered under that, and being a reseller in our own right. It soon became apparent that it was sort of having it as a side hustle wasn't needed more involvement that we could put into it, or more effort that we could put into it. We wanted to focus on our core work. So that's when Ben and Civil Survey Solutions reached out to us and said, hey, we can deal with all the Autodesk stuff, and all we need you to do is do the training and the software support. We said, that's great. And that sort of ties in with our consulting business, because we can lead on and not only do training, but we could do model conversions, and then also it promotes our ability to do the other modelling work and the master planning and things like that. So it's sort of a win-win situation. And so it's worked out pretty well so far. So thanks, Ben.
Great, thanks a lot, Stephen. Yeah, look, I obviously reiterate everything that Stephen said. I'll move on to discuss a little bit about the overall partnership. So Stephen certainly gave a little bit of an insight there. But what we are doing today is formally announcing this partnership between Civil Survey Solutions and Urban Water Solutions. As we have discussed, this partnership's been formed to mutually benefit the water management industry in Australia, particularly those utilising the tools from Autodesk Water Infrastructure. So to get down a bit more granular into what this partnership can offer your organisation, so Civil Survey Solutions, we will be acting as the transactional partner for your Autodesk Water Infrastructure software. So this would include transactional support as well as implementation and ongoing account management and customer success support. So by transacting through us, you will also have access to our technical team who are experts in all things Civil 3D, InfraWorks, Navisworks, Recap, and the rest of the AEC collection, which were all products on that previous slide that we showed before, which showed that entire water project lifecycle. So they're all very important projects to consider when we're looking at water assets. In addition, all transactions will be accompanied by a complimentary support package from Urban Water Solutions. So any Innovyze transactions, Autodesk Water Infrastructure transactions you do through Civil Survey Solutions comes with the team at Urban Water Solutions supporting you from a training and supports perspective, as Stephen mentioned. So this support can be utilised by your organisation for technical support. It can also be put towards training programs, modelling and conversion support. So this blended support agreement provides you with an unrivaled level of support and access to a team of industry professionals ready to assist through any stage of your water project, ensuring your ideal project outcomes. So having said all that, how does this actually benefit your organisation? So all the support for your entire team, whether they're using Autodesk Water Infrastructure products or Civil 3D or InfoWorks or anything else, you all have access to the same support portal, which you can see a screenshot there on the slide. So depending on the nature of the support requests that you put through, that request will be funneled to experts at either of our organisations for fast and efficient resolution. This also includes direct phone support for your Autodesk Water Infrastructure products as well. You can be assured that no matter what your request is, you'll be dealing with an industry professional with years of experience using that particular software product on real-world projects. You can also leverage our expert training and support tools. So you can work with our dedicated training manager to develop a unique training course specific to the current proficiency of your staff and the desired project workflows and outcomes you want to achieve. Our training programs can be delivered in person or online, or we can deliver these training programs at either our offices as well. And Stephen already mentioned that we can actually use your own project data in those training sessions as well. So that's a good way as well to be able to assign those costs across to the project as well. So you can be confident that by transacting through Civil Survey Solutions, your entire project team will be very well supported through the entire water project lifecycle. So what I'd like to do now is bring Des Soronio into this webinar. So Des has been in the industry for a number of years now. Many of you might have already dealt with Des for a number of things. So I'll leave it to him to introduce himself and he can talk about Autodesk's perspective on this partnership between Civil Survey Solutions and Urban Water Solutions. So I'll pass this over to Des.
Hello, everybody. Hopefully you can hear me fine. So as Ben has mentioned, my name is Des. I'm an account executive with Autodesk. I'm passionate about water sustainability and process optimization, chemical engineer by trade with multiple years in the water industry. So we've discussed quite a bit about the water portfolio at the moment. So yeah, first of all, I'm really honored to be part of this webinar and appreciate the opportunity to speak with you today. So as we mentioned before, we're basically approach from Autodesk is we're a one team overlay. So you purchase an Autodesk solution and you get the support from the entire team, and that team, as Ben and Stephen have outlined, would support you holistically. So it's not one without the other. It comes together, one team. We're an outcomes-based approach. So our ambition at Autodesk is to help you integrate and interoperate your workflows across the entire water asset lifecycle. So it's water infrastructure solutions specifically. So through this partnership, we could help water professionals model for stability through the seasons, help them prepare for growth, dealing with when it rains, it pours, or helping you model and forecast and protect. So it really aligns with what I'm passionate about, is sustainability and how our solutions actively help and assist in the drive to improve sustainable development goals. Hopefully that was a very short summary, but that is, yeah, that's me.
Thanks a lot, Des. Thank you for that insight. Look, the key thing there, as Des mentioned, and as you hope you've seen the theme coming through today, is it's very much a partnership. So we want to be working very closely with all of you on this call. And as Des said, it's a three-pronged approach. So you're receiving your support through both of our organisations, Civil Survey and Urban Water, and then the team at Autodesk Water Infrastructure are on hand as well to support you. So it's a complete end-to-end solution, and you can be sure that you're getting the best support that you require to be able to deliver those project outcomes that I know everybody wants to improve. Okay, so look, I'll move on to the next slide, which is the question slide. So look, obviously it's we're talking about transactional things here and support. So if anybody does have any questions here, please ask.
Well, I could put one question in if you don't mind.
Yeah, of course.
So you might be asking yourself, if I have a sewer license and I'm going to be transacting on I2S, how does that look like? Autodesk has really taken the opportunity to help upskill that license to the ultimate version, which means that by gaining or transacting on an I2S, you will expand your sewer capabilities, not only to sewer, but into storm, sewer, flood in the same tool. So many people would have that question about what happens to my license once I've transacted I2S. In most cases, the licenses become more nimble, better managed in terms of installation and who uses the license, but also gives you access to 2D capabilities as well, which is really great in helping you with accurate integrated catchment modeling.
Yeah, great. Thanks, Des. And I know there, from talking with a lot of people around the industry, there has been some trepidation from moving from those old legacy products to the modern Autodesk Water Infrastructure products through the I2S program. So look, there is a transition period. So there is a period where you will have access to both products. And that's where we can help in terms of model conversion and training to make sure that there is that period to upskill your team and make sure there's no downtime or loss of data through that process as well.
Probably like to add, yeah, one of the advantages of the partnership too is that a lot of our clients, or the clients using the InfoWorks software, were already clients of Civil Survey Solutions for their Autodesk software. So we found a lot of synergy there where people don't have to have separate providers for their design software and their modeling software. So there's a convenience of having the one reseller, I guess, for all your engineering software needs. But now just looking at the questions, a bit of a Dorothy Dixer from Anne again, but we've talked about when we first took on we started thinking about becoming a reseller ourselves, and when we joined with Civil Survey Solutions, we talked about trying to reinvigorate the user day, which was a thing, used to be a thing with Innovyze and back in the day. So yeah, if you're interested in that, please drop us a line. We'd like to see what sort of uptake there would be in that to do something similar. We'll just be a one-day event with inviting people to do some case studies and maybe just giving some updates on the product like it was done before. So we're really keen to hear from you all to see whether you'd be interested in attending that sort of thing.
Yep. Great. So look, what I might do, just to, for everyone's convenience, after Stephen's question there, I'll pop to the next slide, only because it's got my email address on there. So look, if you do, as Stephen said, you use a day as one idea. We do have a number of additional ideas that we are looking at to further be able to support all of you guys in the industry. But if there's anything else you can think of that you might, or any other feedback that you might have for us, please send me an email through there. I can always pass that email on to Stephen and Des as well, so feel free to reach me there. Another question came through from Peter regarding essentially what is a legacy version of ICM, just questioning if that has been retired, and then what sort of capabilities are within InfoWorks ICM. So Des has answered that. I'll just read out Des's answer in case anybody is interested and can't see the Q&A box. But ICM SE, which is the legacy version, is now called InfoWorks ICM Standard. So to get the 2D mesh, you'll need to consider InfoWorks ICM Ultimate. So that's the upgraded version. And for those within the R2S program, that's also the version that you'll receive through that transition program. So thank you a lot for that question, Peter, and thanks for that answer, Des.
I mentioned the product that people might not be familiar with, which would be of interest to the local government people on the call, and any design engineers or development engineers who might be on the call, which is the IFA drainage, which hasn't been around for a while, but it's probably it's a more simple hydraulic model. Then it doesn't do the same sort of 2D flooding that your InfoWorks ICM Ultimate does, but it's a good drainage design tool that integrates very well with design software and should provide information that meets all the authority requirements in terms of your WSID design and things like that. So something to consider if you're in that end of the game.
Okay, look, I'll start wrapping this up. So I'd just like to say a big thank you from myself, Stephen, and Des, just for all of your time this afternoon. I know it is precious time, and we do thank you for listening in. If you would like to get in touch, as I said, I have put my email there, so feel free to send me an email there. I can pass anything along to Stephen and Des or the rest of the team, and we're certainly happy to help you out as best as we can. So as I said, I'd like to thank everybody again, and you can look out for this webinar recording coming through shortly. And if there is any further feedback, particularly around that user day idea that we've proposed, or any other support queries that you might have, please reach out and let us know. Okay, thank you, everybody. I hope you have a good rest of the afternoon.